Come on, Dom. We're gonna miss the movie. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to Fly By Night Reviews. I'm your host, Kiren.
And Dom.
Today we're going to do a movie review of The Flash. It's out in theaters right now. I absolutely love this movie. I know it's been kind of getting a lot of mixed reviews. What do you think, Dom?
I had a good time with it. Some of the CG for me was a little wonky, but I mean, I had a good time with it.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest complaint for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. The CG looked unfinished. And, I kind of...
pretty dated, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it was, I read somewhere where the director, Andy, was it Muschietti or...
Something like that, yeah.
It was intentional.
Okay.
Because, the way the Flash moves around, it kind of, distorts things and everything. But there was some stuff, even when he wasn't running fast, I was like, that looks weird. And
I mean, it kind of looks similar to the other one, especially BVS, where you kind of had that same looking CGI, so and continuity-wise, I guess it fits, but still, it kind of took me out of it a little bit.
Yeah, it sort of felt like he was trying to do kind of Snyder, I guess style of filmmaking.
Just more color.
But yeah, a lot more color, and overall, the pacing of the movie was very quick. It starts off just a lot of action, and it just boom, you're in it, and I really appreciate that because a lot of movies that kind of have a slow burn.
Yeah. There's stuff. The Barry stuff kind of lags a little bit, but other than that, yeah, it moves pretty briskly.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not a huge Ezra Miller fan, not just because of all the controversy surrounding him, but just in general, as an actor, he just kind of bugs me. He's sort of annoying. But I think again that was kind of the film's intention, because you do deal with two Barry Allens.
Right. You thought this one was annoying. Look at this one.
Yeah. So there's definitely that kind of contrast where he visits a younger version of himself who's 18 and he's very immature and kind of annoying, and then you got the kind of the current Barry Allen who's more mature, I guess. But even the mature Barry Allen's kind of
You're getting on my nerves, Barry.
Yeah. But I think the big sell for this movie, for me at least, is Michael Keaton coming back as Batman.
That was good.
Yeah,
chef kiss.
If you don't know who Michael Keaton is, or you're not a real fan of the '89 Batman and Tim Burton films, it might not hit the same way as it hit me and Dom.
Yeah.
I got emotional. Seriously, it was awesome, and Michael Keaton just freaking nailed it.
Oh yeah, it's he didn't stop playing the character.
Yeah, it was and they were able to do things with him action wise that they couldn't do in his earlier films because of CG and stuff like that. But they made him a badass. He was doing some crazy people say, oh, live action Ben Affleck was the most accurate, but he was doing some Ben Affleck moves and stuff like that. But it was really cool.
I also really, really liked the design and just the character of Supergirl. I know they're going to do a Supergirl movie, and I hope they use her again for it because did really well at that.
Yeah, I was very surprised by I think her name's her last name's Callie, but Kara is the character's name.
Right.
Yeah, I was really surprised on how much I liked her, even though she wasn't in the film a whole lot.
But when she was there, she was there.
Yeah, and almost I kind of preferred her over Cavill. I know people are going to probably burn me at the stake or whatever, but I think she just had more charisma or something. As bad as that sounds, that little bit that we got of her, I felt a little bit more she just, maybe it was a direction, maybe Cavill, given a different director, he probably could have shined better.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely made a connection.
But this movie, there's just so much in this movie. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it doesn't feel like 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's pretty well paced. You definitely can tell that it was sort of, because I know it went through like a lot of like reshoots and
rewrites,
and you can kind of tell a little bit, but overall I think like just
it's a good time.
Yeah, I think I think the story, because a lot of people are going to compare this to No Way Home, and I know you're probably going to be like, what? But I think I actually prefer this movie over No Way Home, just because I felt the story, even though how he discovers he can go back in time is a little like just kind of random.
Right.
I feel there's more of I don't know how to describe it, like more deserved, and there was more like stakes and emotion from it.
Okay, yeah.
And even the cameos, like Michael Keaton, like played a big part in that, and he felt like he just wasn't like kind of tacked on for like
the member berries.
Yeah, he actually served a purpose, and
right.
and he had a cool dynamic between Bruce Wayne and Barry Allen.
The other Spider-Men in No Way Home they don't really. I mean, they do have a purpose, but it's not the importance that Keaton's Batman has in this one.
Yeah, and I think it's also to do with how they were introduced. It wasn't as exciting as this movie.
That was a great introduction.
and also like I was 7 when the original Batman movie came out, so like obviously I was a little kid. And now I'm like just seeing my like hero on the screen, but with like Spider-Man, like Tobey Maguire, I was like 20 when the first Spider-Man movie came out, so I was still like an adult. So but it was still awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I like No Way Home, but I just feel like this one was like a little bit had more gravitas in my eyes,
right?
Especially a day like giving it a day and actually thinking about everything and. I just sort of
I can understand that.
But that's just it's just me. But there's lots of cool little cameos especially at the end. We're not going to say any spoilers, but like you're going to be like, what the F? Like some of them were just like they went there like I wasn't even thinking about stuff like that, and they just like threw it at you, and it was just like, wow, that is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, that moment. Is that? Wait a second.
Yeah, I mean, if you have any like familiarity with like some of like projects that never went through with DC stuff, you're gonna like see some surprise characters. But yeah, overall, I really like this movie. I can't wait to see it again. I think I'm gonna take my wife and son sometime this week, or maybe possibly next week. But looking forward to kind of rewatching it again.
Yeah.
Sort of enjoy it, but
I'll definitely go see it again.
Yeah, lots to take in, but yeah. Well, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. As always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe below. Let us know what you thought of The Flash. Have you seen it yet? On that note, we will catch you guys next time.
Peace.